Hello and welcome to Warhammer Wednesday. Of course, I'll be unboxing a Games Workshop product today. I'm obviously going to tell you what it is because it's in the title of the video. It's one of these Citadel hobby boxes, I think. So we'll have a look. It's just customary for me to open with a Games Workshop blade rather than a typical Spyderco, and this nonetheless goes through like butter anyway. I'd be very careful if you are going to use a hobby knife to open boxes, but you don't really need me to tell you that. So for those people that come to my channel for knives, I'm still working on my knife videos. There will definitely be a knife video out this week on Saturday. Please check that out. There's also going to be another video coming out very soon about like a Christmas guide, what you can, just give you some ideas of what you can buy for your loved one or for yourself or whoever, and give you some kind of ideas. Right, let's have a little look. So, looks like it's safe. So, this is what it is. It's a project box. That's what it's called. One of these will set you back. I think they're £40. I was a bit sceptical at first because I thought, well, £40, all it is plastic box really. But I don't like having my paints on my worktop all the time. I like to have them somewhere where I can just get them out and then, spend a couple of hours painting and put them all away. It's good if you've got limited space and things. So just have a little look. It's got this embossed picture of the painting demon or whoever you want to call him, and then it's you get this tray that you put your paint pots in. You get your large drawer area, and then you've got another kind of like tray to put your models and things on. Show you a bit of the side. Suggested use only, and then on the back, again very similar to the front. So what do you get for your 40? Let's have a look. I'd like to know how much this actually cost them to make. It says it's got small parts in it. Let's just see. Doesn't say anywhere, does it? Very crafty nowadays. It is made in China. Yeah, there you go. I just thought I'd mention that. It does say it there. Made in China, distributed by Games Workshop. So again, you go into the stores and things and they're kind of baffled that some of their products are made in China. Not that it's a bad thing, but obviously, if you're against that kind of thing, then, there you go. But yeah. Yeah, they're making more and more things in China. Everything used to be made in UK when it came to Games Workshop, but they're a company. What should I do with this? Traditionally, just peel it off. Maybe not that you need it. Not that you need instruction manual for kind of a box or whatnot. So, is it kind of? Well, it's interesting because that is kind of loose-ish. I mean, the box itself, isn't it closed properly? Yeah, it kind of like keeps it on, but it's not. I don't know whether it's closed properly. Certainly not flush. I don't know whether it's meant to be flush, but it's so hard to get these big pieces of plastic flush anyway. The point I'm trying to make is that the clips do actually close and keep the top on at least. And this is the tray. So the top is the tray, and then that fits on there quite well. I mean, what I did is obviously a sucker, of course, so I bought a Citadel mat as well, and a Citadel mat will cost you about £8. I know you probably pay about £4 for one of these in your hobby store, given how small it is, but I did once buy a cheapy one for about £4 or £5, and it wasn't the one advertised, so yeah. Anyway, this is the cutting mat. I'm not going to just ruin it. Smells very nice though. Passes the smell test, and it's nice because it's got measurements and things. Not that you even need them, but I suppose for reviews that might be quite useful because you've got your inches there. So yeah, that's quite good. And then you've got lines to cut against, but it's interesting. But anyway, there you go. It's the same. It looks exactly the same as what's on the packaging, and it does say cutting mat, and it fits quite nicely on this project box. So that's the tray. You can, I would have rather them have broken this up in more panels, so you could put like guns, legs. I mean, that would have been really cool, because a bit pointless. I mean, if they sectioned it, if they obviously paid me and I'd given them advice on how to do it, and actually, sought advice from a hobbyist, I would have separated this in more compartments, so that you could put guns, heads, legs, and all, bases, rather than just having three panels. Maybe I'm nitpicking, I don't know, but that's a good area to display your finished built models, I suppose, but it needs more compartments to be taken seriously. This is the little tray. It doesn't fold or anything. It's got part of a stand there, so as you can see, that now the whole point of this is they're quite deep, which is good, but you put your paints on and then you can see kind of the colours over it, but the paint pots are kind of clear on the top anyway, so I question that, but I suppose it is nicer to look at them on a slope, on a slant, and there's nothing on the other side. And then finally you've got this large tray at the bottom. Now you can put your grass boxes and your like your little bits of flock and things, Mordheim turf, things like that. You can put those boxes in these large compartments. And here, what do they say that you can kind of put in there, in these big square pieces? They don't really have anything to show as to what to put in this square bit here, so maybe they couldn't think of anything, but just to give you a little idea, there you go, there's your turf and then your basing kit, and then they put tools and files and things in this bit, then they put drill and then the glues, and some more tools there. So I suppose I've got my knife here, so I suppose you could put your knife there. Yeah, it'll rattle around a little bit, but it's okay. But this is supposed to be for your files. I don't know why they're wanting you to buy all of their files, but you could use it for other things. But anyway, you can definitely put your glues to the side there. I think you put your drills and your green stuff and things in there. So anyway, that is kind of my long-ish review of this. I mean, it seems pretty, kind of thought out in a way. I mean, you'll be able to fit all of your things in there. It's interesting that they've actually had to make a plastic slider there to put these kind of legs in, but it does mean that it keeps upright and it closes nicely with the rest, and you can still take your knives and your clippers and your glues out and whatever you want to put there without disturbing what's under here. But if you're keeping your files here, then you need to get at them anyway, so I don't know the reason behind that. Then that's, I'm sure they've got a video on their website or something that shows you, shows this and explains it a bit more than I have. But either way, there you go. That's your and then another thing is, to pack this all away, you'd have to either keep this top on with all the miniatures and the bits, or you'd have to like scrape them off and put them in this section here, and then you'd have to put that on top of your paints if that'll fit, or I don't know, put that underneath it all, just to put the lid on. to close it all up, so that it's there somewhere and you've got miniatures in there and they've been painted, but at least it, you know, protects it from the dust and things like that, because you know what I'm like, I spend ages painting my models, and there are, you know, dry spots when I take longer than I would normally take, and yeah, you do get dust on your models and your paints. So I suppose this is good for those people that casually paint rather than paint every single day. You know, you've got to have a break from it now and again. Anyway, yeah, I like it. Price wise, I don't know. I mean, I think it's quite reasonable personally. Yeah, it would be a bargain at 30 quid, and I think 30 quid would be the kind of best price, considering it is made in China as well. £30 would be the, you know, the sweet spot, or sell it for 40 with your, I put it in there, didn't I? See, I'm already forgetting it. Sell it for 40 with your cutting mat, and then it gives you kind of like the full product. But I suppose they could only make this box and package it, and that was it. They couldn't, you know, apply a machine or a person to put this inside it as well. So anyway, it is what it is. It's £40 with a cutting mat. You're looking at 48, so it's almost half a hundred. And but I'm sure many people will find a use for it, where they haven't got much space and they don't want to leave paints and their tools lying around. Oh, I'm sure people will continue using those £8 toolboxes in Wilko, or you know, wherever you get them from, in you know, big DIY stores. But anyway, that it is what it is. Please put your comments below, what you know, what you think of it, and if you have seen it in the flesh. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. Thanks for watching. Next week I'll try and put my Night Titan guide, I'll try and continue that, and there is a big surprise coming for my Warhammer videos, Warhammer Wednesday videos as well. It's a huge project I'm undertaking, so this is kind of like a bit of a spoiler part of the video. So I'm not going to say it, but you know, it's taken me a long time, and I've got some great content coming out in terms of that, and I just really hope you enjoy the videos coming up and join me for the journey that I'm gonna undertake with it all. But as for this video, thanks ever so much for joining me. Thanks for watching. The Emperor Protects.